is the spread of athletes we've got here in the final, but also to get them into the position to get into the best space of their weekend here on finals day. So here we go. Looks like lots of athletes already up in the sprinting stages, getting nice and lively in this final of the lightweight women's 2,000 metres. We're already 150 metres in here, and it's the Portuguese athlete Neve Bruna Parente that is leading the charge here for the medals.
Yeah, it's no real surprise that she's up there right now. She was second earlier in the semi-final. She was second yesterday in the continental knockouts. We knew she was going to have a strong performance. It's about whether she can sustain that now. The one athlete currently sitting in second position, Martina Rados of Poland, she's one that I'm going to be watching very closely, I think, because I was watching her in the semi-final. She did finish fifth, but she had such there was so much control about her. She was down around 28 strokes for the whole thing, looked so comfortable, and it looked like she was holding back very much so. She finished first yesterday in the continental knockout heats. Olympian, of course, finished ninth last year in Paris in the lightweight women's double, so she's definitely one who I think was holding back on us over the last couple of days. Rafa Dain of Egypt, currently in third position. She was fastest earlier in the semi-finals. I'm not sure, did she give too much earlier, and will she be able to hang on here now? I love her story though. She's a on the water rower, like a flat water rower, but she didn't have access to water equipment, so took to the erg between 2015 and 2022 and did all her training on a row erg, and here she is now smashing out medals at the different world rowing indoor championships over the years. So she's currently sitting in third position, and you can really see here, Camilla, first, second and third really starting to pull away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, they are, but not much to choose between themselves, so hopefully we'll get a great race still between the colour of medals here in this lightweight women's final. There is Sarita Christina Hansen. We've talked about her pedigree in the semi-final, a multiple world rowing indoor champion, 7 times to be exact, and a 9-time European indoor rowing champion, but 5th place at the moment, some mountain to climb to get herself onto the podium, but all still possible if she can negative split and sprint her way onto the podium. We're not even halfway yet, and these athletes out in front, they could be spending their coins too early. It is such a common mistake here, especially with a couple of races in the legs, Neve. If Parente, if Arafa have gone out too hard too early, we could see a sort of payment for that later on, but as it stands at the moment, level pegging for the silver medal behind Radosh, the Olympian from Poland.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, the problem with the back-to-back racing as such. Is the legs are the things that are going to hurt probably a bit quicker than they usually would if it was a standalone 2,000 metres. So you really have to strike that balance, of going out hard and being able to sustain that throughout the race. Or else, try and save the legs a little bit so that you have that kick at the end. This is incredible though. Like we saw Martina Rados at 28 strokes per minute earlier. She's had halfway and she's sustaining 34, 35 strokes per minute. So it looks like everything she did over the last couple of days have served her well. And she, of course, being a flat water rower, I'm not sure, maybe do they have an advantage that they'd be used to those 2,000 metres, particularly back day after day when they're at a championships. Compared to maybe amateur rowers or people who are coming from fitness backgrounds, maybe don't have that racing experience day after day like flat water rowers would have.
Yeah, you're right, and you heard Elizabeth Gilmore talking about that earlier, about on-water rowers being used to a progression system of multiple races in a day, and same with Eric Murray, right, racing at the Olympics. You're used to having a 2K race back-to-back every single day, and sometimes 2 races in one day, so you're absolutely right, Neve. But back to the action here, well, a little bit of a shakeout. We did see it was absolutely stroke for stroke between Arafa and Parente, but Arafa has said no thank you, doesn't want to be caught up in a race, and has managed to push out 5 metres between herself and the athlete from Portugal. She's maintaining 33 strokes a minute, as is Parente in bronze medal position, but just one split to the better at 151 ahead of 152s being pulled here by Parente. But look at this from Radosh, she's at a 149 at the moment. A brilliant split to be holding in this lightweight category, and I think that if this continues, Neve, we'll expect to see a time of of around 7:16, 7:15 from her, and if she can sprint at either end, that would be even closer to that 7:10 goal that she's got here in mind for this World Rowing Indoor Championships. But into the final 600 metres now, the podium places growing ever clearer of the rest of the pack, but can Parente put on a fiery sprint here in the final 500 to change the colour?
Yeah, let's see. She does have a bit of work ahead of her for the last 500 metres. Rafa did do a lot of work earlier in the semi-finals to get into first position, so maybe did she use too much energy, and was Bruna Parente of Portugal holding back slightly? She has it down to 9 metres now with 400 metres to go. Let's see if she can do anything special here now, but I'm not sure there'll be any catching Martina Rados of Poland here, just leading it out. She has 14 metres of a lead here now. She's holding on tightly to that 150 split, just getting down to 149 now. Let's see if she has a little bit of a kick now. We're seeing 300 metres to go here now, but it looks like Rafa there is just starting to open it up slightly ahead of Parente of Portugal. Sarita Christina Hansen, 7-time world champion, she's just sitting outside those medals in that 4th position. Margit Varma of Estonia in 5th. It's pretty close in down the line. Amy Phillips, Corinne Preens, Melanie Lucat, Linda Riedel, they're all quite close there. And of course Justine Reston at 55 years old, competing with a lot of these young athletes. But there is again 9 metres separating 2nd and 3rd position now. Not sure there's enough space here, Camilla.
Yeah, not sure there's enough space in this final sprint here, but we have seen some surprise sprints, and look, Arafa is starting to dwindle. Look at that split, 152, it's rising just as the split from Parente is coming down once again, 146, that gap is closing. I think Parente, the 22-year-old from Portugal, is going to time this perhaps just right if she can get it on the line. She's down at 145s, 10 seconds to the better of Arafa, who has just really struggled with this final 100 metres, and indeed Parente is going to time it to perfection to get the silver medal here, but also win her age category in that 20 to 22 category, 21 to 22 category for lightweight women. Brilliant stuff there.